Welcome to my channel, Automaker's Mini Pet Pigs. I'm Autumn. I get a lot of questions about mini pigs in general, mini pigs as pets. So right now, I want to share some of the most common questions that I receive along with their answer so that you can be informed. You can make an informed decision. And if you want more information on mini pigs or pigs as pets, please subscribe to my channel because I put out a ton of information right here for free. First question I get every day of my life is, do mini pigs exist? Or I get people telling me mini pigs don't exist. It's very important to understand, first of all, that's false. Mini pigs do exist, but there is no breed that is a mini pig, okay? Each pig in its own right could be a mini pig or it may not be. And the reason is because a mini pig is not a breed, it is a classification. So what it means is any pig under 300 pounds is technically considered a mini pig. Now, 300 pounds is a big pig. I don't want a 300-pound pig in my house. I don't want a 200-pound pig in my house. So it's important to see that there is a huge different, what's the word I'm trying to say? Like there is a large difference between a 50-pound pig and a 300-pound pig. So, but anything under 300 pounds is considered a mini pig. So yes, they do exist. They do not have to be starved to be kept that small, but on the other hand, teacup pigs do not exist. Micro mini pigs, micro, nano, apartment, these pigs do not exist. Pocket pigs do not exist, okay? There are pigs who stay very small, but if they do, something is wrong with them. Many have been starved. They're pulled off their mother very young. They're starved to keep them tiny. It works. It absolutely does work. And a lot of times they are inbred because inbreeding does tend to cause smaller pigs. Again, these pigs are not right. They are not normal. And you can tell by looking at a pig as it gets older, if it had been starved when it was young, their head is too big for their body. They have a lot of health problems, a lot. My first pig was very small. At 2.5 years old, I mean, he was smaller than a cat, so small. And people were patting me on the back like, oh, look at you, you're doing great. And I really wasn't doing anything. It's just that he had been inbred severely and starved to keep him small. Not by me, obviously. I bought him from a breeder and I didn't know that what had happened to him. So he died very young, because what happens to these pigs is their skeletal system stops growing, but their organs don't. And so eventually they run out of space and then they die. Like my pig, he died in his sleep, hemorrhaged, and it was horrible. So yes, mini pigs do exist. Teacup pigs are not a real thing because they do not stay tiny. They do grow and they should grow. And if you love your pig, you should love it no matter the size. Okay, another question I get a lot is, do pigs shed? And when you think of the term shedding, generally we think of like a cat or a dog. And no, mini pigs do not shed like a cat or a dog, where they shed consistently. A mini pig blows its coat once or twice a year. Literally, all of its hair falls out. And it could be in big clumps. It could be one at a time. They're all different. A lot of their body letting go of that hair depends on the weather system outside. So it's really important that our pigs have outside time every day, because the weather outside communicates with their body and it causes them to blow their coat, which is good for them. It's good. It is another way of them cooling themselves off. Another question is, do pigs bite or do they have teeth? Yes, they have teeth when they're born. They have teeth most of their life. And they also lose teeth. So you will find teeth around your house. They have a set of baby teeth and a set of adult teeth. And can they bite? Yes. And it hurts. And it's best to correct your pig when they bite. If my pig bites me, I grab their snout like this. And if they bite me hard, I grab their snout hard. And it teaches them within 2 or 3 times. They don't like that feeling, so they don't want to bite. And so it teaches them really, really quickly. Next question, do pigs and dogs do well together? The answer is generally no. They can, but remember that dogs are predators and pigs are prey. So they really don't have a good relationship. Plus, they speak a completely different language. When the dog is excited and playing, the pig is getting freaked out. Like, what is happening? What is going on? And they generally want to flee or attack the dog because they're afraid. So it's usually the pig that starts it, but the dog that finishes it. And the pig is the one who suffers because they can get ears torn off. They get attacked in their face. It is really horrible. If you do have a pig and a dog, now we have dogs and we have pigs, but we never leave them alone unattended. Always. We are always watching them when they're together. And so that's what I suggest that people do. Should I rescue or buy from a breeder? And that is total preference. I'd say there are pros and cons to both. Whoever you get your pig from, make sure that they are willing to educate you and support you, and that they've given your pig a really good start. And then you really can't go wrong. There are, just like there are great breeders, there are really horrible breeders. Just like there are great rescues, there are really horrible rescues. So do research into who you're getting your pig from. Make sure they have a good reputation. Make sure they have reviews. Make sure that they have clients that are really happy with what they got from them. Okay, what else? What are some good ways to play or bond with a pig? Training sessions. Remember that pigs have a super high intelligence level, and they need brain stimulation. They are like people in the sense that, how do you feel when you sit around and watch TV or play video games all day? I feel like garbage. I've not accomplished anything. I need to do something. And I actually do brain exercises every day because I like to keep my brain stimulated. Pigs are like that too. A pig that does nothing all day is not a happy pig. They need to be able to be a pig and fulfill those instincts that they're born with so that they can feel happy and fulfilled. So training sessions are a great way to do that. And 5 or 10 minutes a day, really not overwhelming for either of you. And it's a great way to play with your pig, give them activity, and bond with them. Do I have to spay or neuter my pig? The answer is 1,000% yes. So male pigs are called a boar. Okay, when they're intact, they're called a boar. And a boar has one job, and that's to procreate. And that's what his whole drive is funneled into. Okay, so they literally mount everything. They drizzle their little bodily fluids all over everything. They love to kind of show it off. And they can also become aggressive around women because they want to protect you. That happens to me. I have a boar here on my farm, and when I'm with him, he loves me and he's sweet as pie. But when other people come around in the pen with me and my boar attacks them because he's trying to protect me. So a boar does not make a good house pig. They smell horrible. They stink so bad. And then that smell gets on you, like on your skin and on your clothes, and it's really hard to get rid of it. They stink. I would never let a boar in my home. They just smell so bad, and they can be aggressive, and they just, they can be frustrated if there's no female. So it's important that a male be neutered, and they can actually impregnate their sister or their mother at a very young age, like around 2 or 3 months old. So it's important that they get neutered really quickly. We do neutering, not me, but I take them to the vet around 8 weeks. Oh, and by then, by around 6 weeks, they stink, and I am ready for them to be neutered. Females have a heat cycle every 21 to 23 days. And when they do, they don't bleed, but they do get very swollen, and they are moody. They're so moody. They're super territorial. They don't like anybody. They tend to nest big time. So they're pulling blankets out of every room. Not something that you want in your home. Also, females that are not spayed, they're very susceptible to uterine tumors. And some of these tumors are like the size of a cantaloupe. They're massive. So we don't want our pet darling pig to have to go through that. So spaying and neutering is the only way, in my opinion, to have a pig in the house. And then why do pigs wag their tails? And the answer is, it's so cute when they wag their tail. They do it when they're happy, but they also flick their tail like a cat, and their head is down and they're like on guard. And it can be more of like a not happy type of a thing. So all about it, a pig tail movement or wag is all about context. What is happening, what is going on, but it is really adorable when they wag their tail. Are 2 pigs better than 1? And I would say that in a lot of ways, yes, because pigs are very social beings. They need interaction. And when we bring a pig into our home, and they're the only pig, we don't speak the same language, right? Pigs become very bossy. They become very entitled easily. Of course, it's our fault. It's because of how we treat them. They become that way. But there's so much miscommunication when it comes to a pig that when they become bossy and mean and aggressive, they're viewing us as below them. And they have that instinct to move up. Now, when you add another pig to the mix, then you have 2 beings that speak the same language, that they can boss each other around, but they can also cuddle together. It's a very different dynamic. And when you have a pig in your home, a single pig, and they do tend to be bossy and aggressive, and you bring another pig in, then they have someone to kind of take that out on other than the people. And so it does tend to help the dynamic. If you work a lot, it's a great idea to have a pig, 2 pigs, because they can have a companion and someone to be with. Of course, when you have 2 pigs, it's twice the trouble, it's twice the feeding, it's twice the vet visits, it's twice the everything. But in my opinion, it really is worth it. They really do tend to have better, they tend to be calmer, and they tend to be just more fulfilled because they have someone that they can communicate with, and they have someone that understands them. So if you would like to submit a question for a future little Q&A that I do, or just for any of my videos, please put it in the comments below. I would be more than happy to add it to my list. I hope that this video was helpful, and I will be back again really soon. Thanks so much for watching.